Hi guys, me Japan out here, and today we'll be doing Guardsman. You'll get to see the final results at the end of the video. Hope you enjoy. Let's get straight into it. Let's go. So I start with the bodies of the Guardsmen. I've already spent the time to organize them and set them up because I realized Guardsmen are not as easy to kit bash as I thought they were, so I'll stick to the standard and then kit bash when I'm done the standard figure. With this, you can see just putting them on bases as the glue is not sticking to them as well as I thought they would be. So there's that, but other than that, they go on pretty well together. It's just follow the instructions and it turns out they turn out quite well. Here you can see I've got the Cadian troops from the Astra Militarum range of the Warhammer. I'm looking for arms and weapons to use for my soldiers or for my guardsmen, as guardsmen are a vital part to the Snow Wolves. In a future video I will be painting them, and it'll be a unique challenge because I've never done guardsmen, so we'll see how it goes. These are my first ever guardsmen ever to own, and they are amazing, to be honest. Personally, I enjoy the models. Interesting design on them, but I do enjoy showing the human to the superhuman in the Warhammer world, and I do enjoy that the actual size of them do correlate to the size of the minis, from say the Primaris to a Mark 6 Marine. They are smaller, stubbier, and I like how the Games Workshop has displayed that as they've sculpted them slightly smaller. To if you were to put a guardsman up as a 6-foot man or 6-foot woman, you can calculate the sizes quite well, and it works out really well personally. Here you can see me tearing off a backpack to attach a flamethrower to a guardsman in the video. Yeah, I do like this character with the flamethrower. He looked interesting, but I didn't like his head, so I swapped out his head for what it was on the box. It was a cloth mask wearing character. I didn't like it. It didn't suit the character that well. So I replaced it with I believe he is the radio guy's head, but it looked more thermal to me. It looked more like a thermal guard or something. Protect his face a bit more. So yeah, I did that. And with this, these will play a vital role in the development of the Snow Wolves, as not many people know, the Snow Wolves are more of a trader group. They prefer to trade with this livestock they can kill and find on the planet Glador, which is the blizzarding world on the outer skirts of the Imperial Range. They've gone more heretic into following their old ways of the their ancestors of Viking and Russian ruin of heritage, and therefore enduring their isolation from all the other imperiums with a warp rift between them. It's understandable why they would have distanced themselves from the Imperium, as they would have had constant battles between Chaos and themselves, and not being able to contact or get hold of any allies will be more than struggling for any chapter, and constantly fighting the evil of the warp while protecting their homeworld and their livelihood is reason why they the way they are. And in doing so, they grow their own way compared to others. With the Snow Wolves, they have a genetic alternation in their genes, as their chapter master had a condition. Well, their chapter master that I'm working on has a condition called gigantism, making him bigger than a Primarch in height and mass, and he he's blessed with size and intelligence, making him unique to other Space Marines. He has the class name, the Primarch that was not born of the Emperor. And with that, his size corresponds to his will. He also has incredibly strong psychic abilities, to the point that in my lore I'm making for the Snow Wolves, he was able to conquer the Dark Psychers, making him able to use dark psychic energy as well as keep his humanity. Not a lot of people understand this, but people see Dark Psychers as, if you became a Dark Psyker, you were corrupted to the core. My chapter master is strong, has proved himself more mentally strong and more psychically powerful than most. He's one of a kind, able to control the dark psychic ways, which helps him in battle, forcing his opponents to see dark, scary images and just lower their morale to a drastic measure. And with his size, he corresponds with a accurate to a scale of his size power sword that is red. As most people would see, it's a chaos power sword, but it's actually not. It's a power sword that he's made himself over a time of studying other power swords that were in the Snow Wolves' grasp at the time, and therefore he developed his own power sword from it, and he dislikes the color red as it strikes more fear into his enemies than, oh look, it's a blue, it's another Space Marine, whoop-de-doo. But with this, his size and his blade, he is able to take even on a dreadnought by himself. The size mass of him is much like the I can never remember the name. He was a part of the Sharks chapter, I believe. I do not remember. But he's similar to him. Only difference is that my chapter master is strong enough to take on a dreadnought in hand-to-hand combat with his sword, but in firepower he loses in every way. In physical strength, he does not have the strength to beat a dreadnought, but in skill and movement, he beats a dreadnought all the time. If that makes sense, it makes more sense. In the video, you can see me using green stuff. I'm using a third texture plate that I got from Green Stuff World, and this is the reason why I've had to delay a few videos. But once I had this, I decided to put a fur patch on all their helmets to resemble the Snow Wolves' face and the creatures that are on Glidor. And I personally think it displays that quite well, and I do admit I am not a green stuff master. I struggled with understanding how this stuff works, and I plan to use green stuff in the future. I just need to learn to be a better sculptor, and that will come with time. And so, therefore, I continue using this texture plate for work. Snow Wolves. Snow Wolves are a chapter known for their distancing of the Imperium. They do not see the Imperium as an enemy or an ally. They see them as a form of trade. As the Imperium's food shortages are, Glidor has creatures, giant, massive mammal creatures, that feed on the vegetation and what little life is on Glidor. In doing so, their size is huge. One of these creatures is able to feed a legion alone, and probably more if cut up right. Therefore, the Snow Wolves used a transport ship to move large amounts of meat and food from Glidor to an outer imperial area, out of imperial space, trading post, which then takes that meat and then it will take the food and moves it into the Imperium, therefore getting their money, their trade-in and worth. In doing so, the snow wolves are quite a valuable resource, as anyone who steps on the door will not survive this cold, harsh weathers for more than a day. And once you land on Glidor, the blizzard will be already upon you in less than a matter of seconds. This is why the snow wolves have developed special technology that can bust through the blizzard and work more so on a straight trajectory out of the atmosphere. If it was not a straight trajectory, if it was manually piloted, the ship would be thrown around. No pilot would be able to physically get in and out of the blizzard unless they found a clear patch. A clear patch in the blizzard are only a very short time events where a ship could either land or take off during these, but only one or the other. It cannot do both. As soon as you enter the atmosphere and land in a open spot, you will have literally matters of minutes before the blizzard closes over the top, and it is impossible for your ship to leave without one of the snow wolves' blizzard guiders. A blizzard guider is like a remote control, is like a autopilot that literally aims the ship up straight like a rocket and just takes off. No matter what happens, it lines itself up to go straight up. Here are the final results of the Guardsman. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. And if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, please let me know. Comment, like, and subscribe if you aren't already or already have. Please check out my links down below in the description to my Instagram, Patreon, and all that. Hope you guys have a great day. See you in the next video.